Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Mr. jackboot333, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4000 Week Reich as the Government of National Salvation. Now, last time we were here together, we tried to salvage our economic situation. Not going too hot, admittedly, but maybe there's still some more we can salvage. We got some political power in the meanwhile, and although it doesn't pop up, I believe I can go ahead and change to early mobilization. Look at that. Seems like even now I can now move down to partial mobilization, which I don't think is supposed to be possible. But that's going to help our economy out a fair bit, I believe. Well, I don't know how much, actually. We don't really have much going on there. We could build some civilian trains. I'll say anti-tank woman, actually. I think that's going to be the play. Well, let's get the timer going. Let's go and select our new national focus. Let us try to reinforce the countryside. The Germans made some level of effort to keep the peace in the cities, but they left the countryside to the hounds of Tito and his communist goons. Chetniks can be deployed to these ignored regions to better fight the partisan influence and reinforce the smaller villages to prevent these partisan attacks. Many of these villages welcome the Chetniks with open arms to save them from the cruelty of the godless communists. It helps that many of the Chetniks are from these small villages and personally know many of the villagers that they are assigned to protect. They attend church together and pray for the situation of for the return of the monarch to bring peace to Yugoslavia. With such dedication as this, it is no doubt that God is a Serb. Just like Tupac is a Serb. And is alive making a great album with Serbia. Rightist coalition. Sweden, interesting. Chilean elections, all very interesting stuff. Naturally. Anyhow. Onwards we go. This is day 2 of the recording blocks for this. I only recorded one video, which is the first one. Yesterday. Now it's a little later in the night. It's time to get things going. We can pacify Uzica, or we can march through Opranovac. The influence of the Chetniks in our government has grown significantly to the point that a march has been organized in the old municipality of Opranovac, the capital, Belgrade, named after Prince Miloš Obrenović. The supporters of the Ravna Gora movement chant slogans that denounce both the occupying Germans and the partisans as enemies of the kingdom of Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes. They demand the return of the Karađorđević dynasty, the expulsion of the Germans, and fulfillment of a Yugoslavian dream that has been decades in the making. God may be a Serb, but Yugoslavia is his kingdom. Well, we have 19 days to do something. Well, that's interesting. He wants me to move troops into cities specifically. That's actually really interesting. I like that mechanic. It's a shame we can't do anything with it. Partisan terrorists, right? The communist terrorists have been terrorizing the villages and the countryside, bombing governments, buildings, and infrastructure, and even assassinating politicians. Let's bring an end to this criminal behavior at once. Nah, I'm good. Damn, Burma's having a hell of a time at it, things right now. We got Laval's Constitution, interesting. we can march for Obernovak as well. But, nah, I'm good. Let's pacify Uzica. During the Second Great War, communist partisans and their lackeys captured the city of Uzica, established a short-lived partisan state. They set up Obdoris, or People's Councils, which indoctrinated many of our young and impressionable Yugoslavian youth. This must be corrected if we ever return fully rule to the city of Uzica and reclaim it, the pride of our nation. Imperial military forces are conducting operations in the city to correct the misunderstanding of the world which the youth have, and counteract insurgent activities of the partisans. Uzica shall return to the nation by our terms. Night of the Bridges. Most stable situation in Burma. I'm curious how the AI is going to handle the Middle Eastern stuff, because I don't really have a frame of reference, because I haven't played any other nations that weren't in the Middle East, either fighting Israel or being Israel in the update. I could do that, but no. Let's do protections from Banat raids. After the end of the war, the bastard state of Banat was stolen from us by a rather weak justification of Germans of strategic importance. This alone was an issue, but the same bastards since decided it was a good idea to mistreat Arna Road. I don't know what that means. In these lands by raiding villages across their borders within our own territory. To protect our people from these madmen of no direction, we must fortify these settlements bordering this rogue state, establish outlook positions to better monitor the activities of the Swabians. Not one Pomeranian grenadier shall march further into our home. Probably get working on wartime rifles, honestly. And we'll do a little bit more research as well. That works. And there goes the collapse of British Palestine. Yeshuvas, you know, they're not like dying, I guess. Basque independence. If they can hang out, I know German friendship treaty signed. Interesting. Let's work on our military status for now. Let's be honest with ourselves and acknowledge that our military is not one to rival any powers in Europe currently. Weapons, uniforms, boots, morale, and pay of our soldiers is substandard currently must be corrected. We must make the standards of our army comparable to or better than any who may challenge it. An expansion of the NCO Corps of the Yugoslav Army is needed to ensure the standards kept along with an increase in pay and benefits for our hardy soldiers. Weapons testings of German, partisan, British, American, and other captured munitions is being done with the desire to create our own unique weapon system that will outperform all of its competitors. Camouflage is becoming more common with patterns currently in testing. Though the current optics may be bleak, there is hope on the horizon for the military of Yugoslavia. There we go. How are decisions going? It looks like, yeah, we're the only, Oh, well, would you look at that? Stuff's actually happening in, Burma. Laval assassinated by socialists. There we go. Hong Kong. Fascist coup in Hungary. Oh. Climbing with light and heavy steps to the observation post. Where he was on duty, he laid his rifle on a board that was sticking out and sat down with the creak of the old boards. Putting his bag aside and taking a small piece of bread out of his bag along with binoculars given to him for use during the shift, he cast only one glance across the border. He noticed that one duo was moving at accelerated pace towards the border. Stretching his weapon, holding it tight, he pointed in their direction, constantly watching what they were doing. After brief observation, he had noticed a woman trying to escape them, but no one was around to help her, just death chasing after her. Unable to do anything, he watched as they caught up with the woman and knocked her to the ground, beating her with locked rifles. Swallowing the dumpling in his throat, he could only watch them pull their knives towards the throat of a woman who was fighting for her life, grabbing them, hitting them into their stomach and intimate parts, just to get a new escape. He hoped that she would be able to cross the border to help her, but now he couldn't do anything. Banat soldiers, like ordinary animals, cut a woman who did not want to surrender with a knife, dragging her with them. Another day on the Banat border, nothing has changed, but one day they will pay. Oh, that's interesting. Haha, rest in piss, bozo. Got the French Civil War. Newfoundland Summit. The turn of a decade has brought with it the advancement of many different technologies, of which the advancement of the German small arms has drawn the eye and envy of Achimowicz. It is unreasonable that our nation holds on to old German bolt actions and clips numbering 5 rounds when the rest of our allies are moving on to advanced Sturmgewehrs, with magazines that hold over 20 rounds and are capable of automatic fire. Because of the diversity of support for the partisans in the Germans' intervention, we have a treasure trove of firearms to examine from many different countries. Achimowicz has tasked Zastava Arms with developing a series of new small arms and light weapons based on the best aspects of collected firearms to fit a modern Serbian army. The first step to a truly modern soldier for a modern army. Well, let's do a state visit to Pančevo. To the surprise of President Achimowicz, none other than Martin Strahammer of the pseudo-state of Banat has requested a meeting in Pančevo to negotiate the return of the territory to us. This proposal has excited the president, with him already requesting maps showing Banat as a return to our nation. A peaceful resolution to his multi-year-long conflict, while expanding his country and making a prestigious deal, is the single best bit of news Milan has received in quite some time. He eagerly packs and plans the meeting. The Accord is backing Free France. The bunker coup in Spain. Interesting. Or the bunker? Whatever it is. There goes war in Lebanon. Oh yeah, I think the French state might have this. I think it's going to be a little too late to help them out. The Slavic Revolt. Oh, well, I mean, they're kind of pushing a little bit. Second Hungarian-Romanian War. Yeah, this is where it all kind of goes tits up. Oh, no, they're actually making a pretty solid comeback. I'm actually quite impressed. My computer's not going to be pressed in a second. Folders. Oh. What was expected to be a fairly uneventful function, President Achimowicz visited the city of Pančevo in the neighboring Šustaffel state of Banat. Although officially Serbian on paper, in reality, regions ruled by Danube Swabians who answer only to themselves. Driving in a modern, an open-top car to meet Banat's leader, Martin Strahammer, his motorcade took a wrong turn and wound up in the city's lower-income neighborhood. Out of nowhere, 5 gunshots were heard from a dark alleyway, and Achimowicz's uniform lay soaked in blood. As news of the president's death reached Belgrade, The city quickly fell into disorder and chaos. As the unrest intensified, a group of budding soldiers stormed Parliament building. When everyone began to realize what happened, the push put Stankovic in charge. Here we are. It's beautiful. Sinsta Stankovic, born on the 26th of March, 1892, Sinista Stankovic is a prominent biologist and politician, having graduated from both Belgrade and Grenoble universities, being a member of the Serbian Academy of Science and Arts. He also has a long career in Serbian and Yugoslav communist parties. Now standing as a leader of the Anti-Fascist Assembly for the National Liberation of Serbia, Stankovic is tasked with defeating the reactionary insurgency before being able to consolidate Serbia and prepare for liberation of Yugoslavia. So we are now a SNOS. And, you know, we gotta put him in. The man, the myth, the legend, Josip Broz Tito. The one communist I think everyone can get behind supporting. At least in the chronically online spaces. Who do we want to put in as a general? Let's do Velimir Terzic. I don't think it matters too much. Good attack and defense all around. Do skirmisher, camouflage effort. Let's get organization first on Tito. Excuse me, I drink some water. It's time to bring death to fascism. We've borrowed time for years working from the shadows to undermine the vile collaborators and their German benefactors. We will no longer run and hide. Today, we will take the fight to them. I have a feeling this isn't gonna be the end of things. Well, here we go. The unthinkable has... Where'd my generals go? What the fuck? The unthinkable has happened. As our nation spirals further into chaos, the fascist paramilitaries that have long since been gradually growing their power have base have backstabbed us. Numerous small towns in Moravia have pledged allegiance to Locic and its party radicals, and numerous armories have been looted by the Lotovchevchi. Although we've tried to prevent a large-scale uprising, it appears to have only been a matter of time. The regime must be united. Okay, add all these guys in. Delete the front line. And now we throw Tito back in. And let's get Velimir. And then can I just move in and take, Tropical news out of the Balkans today as the government of national salvation's very existence has come under threat. Although under close German trusteeship for over a decade, the Serbian government, led by the now dead Milan Acimovic, has fallen into complete disorder as fascist paramilitary forces belonging to Dimitri Locic and the countryside have openly defied their former allies in the Serbian government, aiming to usurp the new and ineffectual President Dinic. The Voja, as Locic styles himself, has vowed to liberate all of Yugoslavia from the Judeo-Masonic specter that is left in complete devastation. Well, we will win. And we have a Serbian Socialist Republic. Or Social Republic, excuse me. Let's see if we can't... structure DNA has been discovered. That's interesting. Probably do skirmisher, honestly. National Party has one over there. Ante Pavlich has been assassinated. The Albanian Revolution. Well, that's very, very funny. Okay, we got an encirclement here. We gotta crush this as soon as we can. I'm gonna slow the speed down real quick. Honestly, we have the chance to do something very funny here. I don't know if we will be able to or not. Well, what? Oh, wait, hold on. National focus. Freedom of the people. Their suffering was intense and prolonged, but South Slavs are free once more. So long as there are still morally upright men in this world, they will fight and die to keep the scourge of fascism at bay. We did it, boys. Oh, it's beautiful. It appears that peace, no matter how fragile it may be, has returned to the Balkans for now. As the final garrisons loyal to the enemy have fallen, it's now clear who reigns supreme over the troubled country of Serbia. Having waged a guerrilla war campaign for over a decade, Tito's communist partisans now reign supreme over the collaborators and reactionaries, proclaiming a nationwide anti-fascist revolution against all those who dare subjugate the Yugoslav people. Tito's call for brotherhood and unity can no longer be ignored. We have won, but at what cost? Not that high a cost, it seems, actually. Okay, we need more industry here. We actually have a decent amount of factories, it looks like, or at least factory slots for a nation of our size. Partial mobilization we got done. We're going to get an industrial concern next. And we now have the Central Committee. In the midst of the election of the SKOJ, the Council of Communists, which represents the internal body of the CPY, offered to serve as a transitional power that will try to lead the state until the campaigns are over and the new leader is determined. I can get behind that. Oh yeah, no, the French government in exile is probably fucked. France, US, UK security treaty. Well, if they survive that long, that might be very helpful. If, you know. Let's do the first phase of land reform. Remove Serbian ruins is actually quite nice. The process of land redistribution will take many years, but we must see this task through to the end for the good of the common folk. No longer will powerful landlord owners monopolize the land and rule it over like medieval lords. A new era of power to the rural folk and common farmers of this land begins. And of the Palestinian... Oh, would you look at that? Jews once again forced to wander. I just change these all to normal. I can't quite do that. All linked, right? Greens invading Gotenland. Oh, this is all interesting looking. Okay. They actually seem to have a solid little focus tree if they win. Interesting to see. God save the Queen. Pip pip, cheerio. All that good stuff. I'm going to put front line on the Banat border, because I feel like that's going to be the most contentious. That's Croatia versus Hungary. I would probably put my money on just looking up. Actually, it's kind of going both ways. Let's do Dinich's trial. Don't have much in the way of fascist support, but ultra-nationalists will be a good idea to get rid of. During the long, dark years of fascist rule, the collaborators showed no mercy towards the innocent and vulnerable. It's only fair that we return the favor, and then some. And there goes the German Civil War. Only country's most vital interest justifies embarking on war. Otto von Bismarck. Oh yeah, the French are, kind of fucked, aren't they? The Free French are. Yeah, no, that worked out bad for Hungary. And this is going to end out well for us, because I'm going to go ahead and leave things there, my friends. But thank you, as always, for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you like this video, leave a like. If not, feel free to dislike. If you have any comments, feedback in the comment section below. I read all comments again, and I do appreciate any of you might have for me. Check out my various links below. Leave your comments, feedback in the comment section below. And, yeah, I'm going to leave things there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.